I've just got back from a lovely day's skiing here in Serbia, down off the slopes to the news that Steve Borthwick's squad for the Six Nations has been decimated with injuries. 5 players are out, all with kind of undisclosed leg injuries. What does that mean for those involved, those not involved, and what's it mean for England's chances in that first match against Ireland? Hello amateurs, welcome back to our Six Nations series, here with you throughout the Championship and beyond, so hit subscribe to make sure you don't miss out on any future episodes. Now, in this episode though, we're going to look at the players who've dropped out of the England squad and those who get the call up, starting with Jamie George out injured to be replaced by Curtis Langdon. Now, I mentioned Curtis Langdon as being the next one in line basically in last week's video. So he has been playing really well for Northampton Saints and deservedly gets the call up. Not quite on the form he was of last year, I think, but he was ridiculously good last year, but he's still playing very well. Poor Jamie George, though. I mean, what a terrible week for him. Lose the England captaincy, lose at home against Castres in Europe and get injured at the same time, which means, you know, out of the squad, not going on the training camp. Just a tough pill to take. Feel for him. Next one is Alex Cole's second row to be replaced by Arthur Clarke, the Gloucester second row. He's a big old lump, Arthur Clarke, and playing great rugby for Gloucester this year. Interesting one, this one. I wonder here whether Alex Coles was maybe not destined to make the 23 because there's probably more seasoned second rows that he could have brought in to replace Alex Coles. People like Charlie Ewells, for example. So I wonder if Arthur Clarke's come in, you know, he's very much a good young up and coming second row, but potentially just to be around the squad and then, you know, just to gain that experience. The next one is Alex Dombrandt out to be replaced by headline grabber Henry Pollock. Now, I said in last week's video that I didn't think he was quite ready for international rugby yet, and I still stand by that. Again, I think as the above, he might just be brought into the environment on a short-term basis so that he can see what's going on, you know, gain some experience in that respect. However, he was on the bench for Northampton at the weekend and made 2 vital interventions in the closing moments to seal that win for Northampton, a really important win. So he's just got gold dust in him at the moment. Like, he has big moments. I'm sure if he gets to play, I don't think he will, but if he gets to play, I'm sure he won't let anybody down. But we will see from that one. The next one's a big one, and that's Alex Mitchell, starting scrum half, or the likely starting scrum half to be replaced by Ben Spencer, and also another scrum half, Jack van Poortvliet, out as well, to be replaced by Raffi Quirke. Now, this one is quite interesting because Ben Spencer obviously missed out on the squad altogether, having been in the squad and starting during the Autumn International. So what's his mindset like? I'm sure he'll be very professional and I'm sure he'll jump at the chance to get back in the squad. Raffi Quirke, years full of injuries, but he's playing consistently well again now for Sale. Not quite up to the sort of gold dust moments like the real X factor as when he broke on the scene a few years back, but he's playing really well for Sale. So 5 injuries. Alex Mitchell, though, has gone off to the training camp. He should only be a short-term layoff. Interestingly, though, he got that ban quite early in the game for Northampton at the weekend and stayed on for a long time. I don't suppose he did extra damage, but it might have just delayed his recovery a little bit. You never know. The other 4, though, aren't even travelling out to the squad, so it seems like their replacements might well be around a little bit longer. But out of those 5, I think Mitchell was the only one that is, you know, guaranteed starter. I think Jamie George, his position might have been under threat a little bit. Alex Coles, I think, might not have made the squad either, with Chesham likely taking up a blindside flanker spot. So how much disruption is this? I mean, it is disruption for sure. There's no way Borthwick would have wanted any of these injuries to have happened. And he's always very big on this building of partnerships, time together in the shirt, but also in training camp. It's really important. So this has got to have damaged England's chances in that first game against Ireland. I've no doubt. You know, the players called up, you know, are excellent players, but it's not what anybody would have wanted. Are any of these guys likely to get in the 23? Well, I don't know. Curtis Langdon, I don't think so. I think we go with Karen Dickey and Theo down on the bench. Arthur Clarke, again, I don't think so. I think his selection means that potentially Alex Coles wasn't going to make the 23. Henry Pollock, again, I don't think so. There's some incredible back rowers in that squad, and I think they'll all be ahead of him. Scrum halves, though, this is a little bit different. Assuming Mitchell does get back fit, then you wonder if Borthwick was going to go for a different style of scrum half on the bench. Van Poortvliet is the more kicking option. So if he doesn't make it, would Ben Spencer come straight into the 23 as a more like-for-like replacement? Not sure. If he was planning on going with Harry Randall, then maybe Raffi Quirke would be the like-for-like replacement. Who knows? But the scrum halves, one of those two might make the 23. In fact, one of them definitely will if Alex Mitchell doesn't get fit again, although it's expected that he will. Feel for all the players involved. Feel for Borthwick. He's just, he's had some tough things going on at the moment with England. Coaches leaving, all these injuries right at the start of the championship. It's disruption. But it's a challenge. I'm sure he'll frame it in the right way. I'm sure he'll frame it as an opportunity. And I've no doubt that they're going to go into that first game full guns blazing and try and take Ireland out. Okay, but what do you think? Do you think any of those guys that have come into the squad have got a chance of making the match day 23? Are they the right people? Would you have chosen other people instead? Charlie Ewells, for example, for the second row spot. Any others that you think might have been different? Let me know in the comments down below and I'll join you there for a friendly conversation. Give this video a thumbs up while you're down there if you don't mind, and you can watch that one next. You can subscribe there, and do not forget to get out and play.